Okay, these example solves will take the same format as the last video, whereby I'll do two ones with cross on white and then 3 with cross, color neutral cross. So looking around here, we've got a bunch of white cross pieces. So we've got these two, which are, if we were to do an R prime and then L like that, would be solved correctly relative to one another. I've also got this one here. So how I would finger trick this is I would hold it like this first, then do U prime D, and then L to insert this one, and then go R prime, wide U prime, wide R, like that. So that's a nice execution for that cross case and avoids rotation. So that's something you want to do when you're solving the cross as well, is avoid as many rotations as possible. So then we've got this easy F2L pair, which we can insert into the back right slot there. Then after that, we've got these two, which are in the front for us to see. So the easiest thing for our look ahead would just be to take this one out and set it up to a 3-move insert like that. Now we've got this F2L pair and this F2L pair. So we finish like this. We don't necessarily want to do a Y2 rotation and go ahead and solve this one. If we do, we could do these two, which are a little bit awkward, but if you're good enough with left-hand moves, then it's not too bad. What we can do is take out this corner and put it over here, and then insert that, and that doesn't use any rotations at all. That's okay. And yeah, like I said, if you're decent at left-hand turns, then that solution is fine. And then for our last F2L pair, we notice that we've got this blue sticker on the back here, which means that the white sticker of this corner piece, so our last corner piece, which for this F2L slot belongs in this position, and it's already in this position, but it's misoriented. We've got the blue sticker here, which means that the white sticker, by deduction, is on the back face here, because if the white sticker was facing the bottom, then this corner would be solved. So we've got this blue sticker here, which means the corner isn't solved, so the white sticker has to be in that position on the back here. So what we can do is, knowing that, rotate immediately, and our last F2L edge is here, and we can go ahead and insert it like that. Now we have OLL and PLL. Okay, so this cross is reasonably straightforward on white as well, and we can do a solution which doesn't involve any rotations. So if we do, we've got this one already in place, oriented in the cross layer. We've got these two which are also oriented in that they'll only take 1 move to solve, and this one as well. So we can do a number of different things. What I would probably do is do an R2 to place this one, and now these two are solved correctly relative to one another. Then do a D2, R prime, F2 to insert these two, and then do a D. And immediately after that, well, there's a bunch of different things we can do in terms of our first F2L pair. The easiest one is these two, but they do require a rotation. So actually, yeah, probably what I would do is these two, because even though they require rotation, it's pretty straightforward to do. And then after that, actually these two got set up to a 3-move case as well. And instead of rotating and solving it into the front slot there, what we can do is rotate the other way and solve it into the back slot to make our lives a bit easier for the next two F2L pairs for look ahead. Then we've got these two, which we can solve without a rotation. And then we've got this corner and this edge, which we can solve like this. Take out the edge and then insert the corner. Insert the pair like that. Now we've got OLL. We can either do a U prime and the standard algorithm like that, or we could have done a U. If we had the OLL like that, we would do a U and then that algorithm. But here we can do it like this, and we have an F permutation. And again, it's better to make sure that you get familiar with executing PLLs even when they're not aligned correctly. So in this case, don't do a U2, set it up, rotate, let's do the algorithm. What you should do is do your F permutation algorithm, and then do the U2 at the end. Okay, time for 3 color neutral solves. Let's firstly figure out which color cross that we're going to do. I'm probably going to go with orange here, I suppose. It's not particularly easy, but it's just kind of the first thing that I saw that was semi-decent. So I've got this one, this one, this one. What we can do is do something like F2. And then the last, to finish this cross is really easy in terms of finger tricks. So we can do U prime, R prime, F to insert those, and then D prime, R2 to finish it off. Now we don't have very much in terms of an easy first F2L pair. We've got this one, this corner and this edge, which is a really bad case. If that's the only thing that I saw, then I would go ahead and solve that. But since we're doing it kind of slowly, I saw that these two were a little bit easier to insert, and we can insert them into the back right slot like this. So in this case, we've got this corner and this edge here, R, U, R prime again, and insert it into the back. And as we were doing that, I noticed that these two were set up, came to these positions. So I would hide this corner to put this edge over here, because this is our cross color sticker here. And that means that we can easily insert it into the back left slot like that. Now we have a choice of whether to solve this pair or this pair. I would probably go ahead and solve this pair first. So there's so many different ways that we can actually solve this F2L pair. We can just go, U2, sledgehammer, insert it like that. That's reasonably efficient. And then for the last F2L pair, we have this case. Because I'm not super confident with my left hand, or it wouldn't be that quick with my left hand to go U, L, U2, L2, U prime, L2, U, L prime. What I would probably do is do a U prime, rotate, R, U2, R prime, rotate again, and then insert it into the back, or using my right hand. Now I've got OLL and PLL. Like that. Okay, so the first thing to look for is which color cross that we're going to do. Just having a look around. Red looks okay, green looks okay, blue looks okay. There's a lot which look pretty decent, so I'm not going to worry about trying to find exactly which one's optimal. I like the idea of doing red because the finger tricks look pretty straightforward. So we've got this one, this one, this one, and this one. What we can do is do D prime, F, R2, keep the grip like this, and then do D prime, R prime, D to insert this last one. And our first F2L pair is here. Very easy. Now we've got these two, which we can insert into this F2L slot by doing, we can either do a rotation and then pair this up, or we can pair this up first and then do a rotation and insert it into this slot. Then we've got this corner and this edge here. And then we've got this corner and this edge, which we can insert into the back right after a rotation. Then OLL, and then PLL. So that was a pretty straightforward solve. There weren't too many decisions or choices that we needed to make in that solve. Okay, here's a scramble which looks easy at the start, but can actually after a little bit of inspection looks a little bit confusing. Don't exactly know which cross that I'm going to go with. Maybe the best thing to do would just be to do the yellow cross. So the green cross looks easy, but on more inspection it looks kind of tricky. Blue actually doesn't look too bad as well. So actually let's just go with blue. So what we can just do is do something like F, D, F prime to set these three up, and then do D2, R to finish off the cross. And after we did that, the first F2L pair that I saw in this top layer were these two. So I could rotate, pair them up, and insert. And then after I did that, before I rotated, I also noticed that this edge was in this slot and this corner was in the top layer. So what I could do is set these two up like that, rotate, insert. And as I inserted, I noticed that these two came out into the top layer here. So I could rotate again, and insert that. Now, ideally what I want to do is solve this last F2L pair without doing any rotations, because the move optimal way of solving this would involve doing a rotation like this and then inserting it. But if we don't want to rotate at all, there's a number of different things that we can do. An easy one is just to do R, U2, R prime, and then go ahead and solve this pair from that case. Now we have OLL, and then PLL. And then we're done.